Good day, everyone. I am Ibrahim Giem Novenario. Together with my group mate, Mr. Carl James Canono, are presenting our capstone project titled FEU Digital Library System. In today's digital age, accessing library resources should be fast and convenient. However, traditional library system often requires physical visits and manual processes, making it difficult for students and faculty to access materials efficiently. To address this, we developed a digital library system that allows users to search, access, and manage library resources anytime and anywhere. It also streamlines borrowing, returns, and record tracking. Our goal is to improve accessibility, reduce manual work, and enhance the overall learning experience within the FEU. With that, let us now present the features and functionality of our system. Thank you. Borrowing process and format selection. How does the system accommodate borrowers in selecting their preferred book format, hard copy or ebook during the borrowing process? Please describe the user interface flow for format selection and any limitation based on availability or user eligibility. So when we go to our website, you can see that we can search the catalog and we can view a book, Clean Code by Martin C. You'll see we have 4 out of 5 printed copies and a digital copy. So you need to sign in to borrow this. The book is located here and we still have 4 out of 5. So sign in using your email and password. You can register. Just fill out the required information. Once you have the account, we will use a demo account and we are going to use the account of Maria Clara Reyes for demonstration purposes. She is a student. On her dashboard, you will be able to see that this is her history of borrowing or transaction of books and other resources. And you will see she was rejected for test purposes of borrowing clean code. And her current loans are currently zero. So let us browse the catalog. Let's go back to the computer studies subject, book, and apply. You can see there are only 4 titles. So let us borrow again clean code and we are notified that it is subject for approval. But if we click it again, we are prompted that we already requested this book. So there are no mistakes in borrowing a book. For now, that is the print copy. But what if you want a digital copy? You can click here to read it online. And now we are redirected to the provider or publisher's website. But this is for students who are enrolled in courses that has a code access for this resource. So certain courses give out codes for students to use to access this kind of digital resources. But for now, we are using this as a placeholder to demonstrate that we can also uh, access it using our digital library. So for now, we have already request for the printed copy of this book. All we need to do is go to the main library in Canono building and present our ID, and the librarian will process our request, approve the request, get the book, and print out the receipt. For that, we will go to her POB. Let us use Ana Marie Santos account, our librarian, for demonstration purposes. So as you can see, same dashboard, but you will see there is a notification for request. So on her circulation desk, which is also on the dashboard, circulation desk, you can see that Maria Clara Reyes is requesting for this book. So there are 4 copies left. So we will approve it and we will print a copy of that book, the book card, which is on the end of the book. We just need her signature, and that's it. We will keep the book card. Afterwards, we will sign in again to the Maria Clara account to see that we already have the clean code under our name. And that is for the print. How about the ebook? So regardless if we are able to borrow 5 maximum, we can still borrow ebooks for our needs. For example, the restricted ones require your access. So for example, we now need a programming, for example, essential C Sharp 12. We can borrow it as long as we are signed in with our account. 3 concurrent copies. So 3 users at a time, valid for 7 days. So we can read it. Just click here, and there is no our approval for the librarian. All we have to do is just log in and borrow it. So now we can see that we are now able to read it on our browser as long as we have access or we are signed in. So we are now able to customize our reading based on our preferred reference. And now we are able to read what is inside the material. And afterwards, we are only given 2 hours a day. So afterwards, we can just go back when we're done. And when we look at our dashboard, you can see that we still have it on here. We can read again or continue here. We have a reading history. So it doesn't matter as long as you have a printed book you loan out for 5, and for the ebook it doesn't matter how many as long as there is concurrent enough concurrent copies for the ebook. So you'll be able to see it here. So yeah, there. So you will be able to read ebooks as much as you want, and at the same time, it doesn't affect your um, limitations on the printed copy. So you have the best of both worlds. So that is for the borrowing process and format selection. Borrowing policy configuration. What borrowing rules and loan periods will be implemented for different material types? Example, hard copy, books, ebooks, reference materials. Please specify any variation based on user type, student, faculty, and alumni. If we are going to configure the borrowing policy, we need to access our library website, and we should use the administrator account. So on the administrator account, we will go to the dashboard and go to the circulation and loan policy. Here, we are able to configure the loan duration per role. So for student, it's 7 days. for all types of material unless it is override depending on the type of material. For the faculty, it's our employees and librarians and admin, it's 30 days. For undergraduate and graduate studies, it's 7 days. And for alumni, they are not allowed to borrow books, printed books in particular, all library materials. So they're only given 1 day, meaning only a room use are allowed for them. Room use, room use of the library materials, but they are only allowed to access it inside the library. And for the course reserve, which is a special designation for faculty and students, they have 3 days in loaning a book for themselves for their class. So these are the material overrides. For the audiovisual, it is only 1 day for everyone. It is room use. You cannot take it out, but there are certain uh, number of concurrent electronic materials you can use per session. Periodicals, you cannot take them out. You can photocopy, but it is also room use as it is also the same for reference materials and such as maps, globes, dictionaries, encyclopedias, etc. For renewals, we have an extra of 7 days per renewal, and the maximum renewal is three times, not 3 days, 3 times. Then, overdue fines, we have 5 per day. This is for across the board, and this is for the audiovisual materials in which they are override with the 10 pesos. For reservation and holds, you can reserve it for 30 days. Then the pickup is for 3 days. Once you have confirmed the pickup, and due date reminder is 2 days after setting the pickup schedule. For ebook duration, all students, all roles has non-faculty roles is 7 days, and for faculty, admin, employee, it says 30 days, the same. But for this one, the amount of material for the ebook is it depends on the copy and concurrent use of the session. So now when you save that policy, it will log the details of changes. And afterwards, when you go back to the account of a student like Maria Clara, she will automatically see, for example, the material or the materials she will be borrowing. She can already see how long it will be loaned to her. At the same time, spe- uh, special materials, um, for example, let us check the availability like this one. This is good for 1 day. I think this is for viewing only since it has only a 1 day uh, loan period. If you, for example, the student borrowed this and returned the other day, she will be fined 50 pesos depending if the material is in good condition or will be penalized and face consequences if the material has historical value and you take it out from the library or of the university premises. So that will incur charges and disciplinary actions. So for that one, every material you will be able to see what kind or how long you are able to borrow it. For this one, for open free access, we do not set limits for that. We only give access or limit to printed copies, audiovisuals, electronic resources. But for ebooks, as long as there is a free session with 3 concurrent usages, it is accessible for the users. So you just have to read and accept the agreement, and there you go. You are now able to read it, access it, but you are not allowed or you are discouraged to photocopy or download the entire book or print the entire page content. And that is it for the borrowing policy configuration. Once again, it's in the loan policy. We can figure we configure it, and once we configure it, we can check the about page where it will also appear upon updating it. So that is the borrowing policy configuration. Graduate status validation. How will the system verify whether a borrower has graduated and managed their ongoing or future borrowing privileges? What data sources or integration points, register office or alumni database will be used for validation? So first we will go to our website and sign in using the admin account. So in order for us to get a copy of the enrolled students and changes in their status, we will go to the uh, members page, and here we will see all of our library clients, which is currently verified until the end of the year, which is December 8th. We will be able to see their information and role. So we will focus on Miss Rosario, which is a graduate or alumni returning to review for board exam. So this is only a demonstration. So she requested to use the library. We received an email from the program head of the nursing department, Institute of Nursing, and we verified her, and she is now uh, using the library, but with the condition of always bringing her alumni card. She has a semester to use the library anytime, and she has already a digital account, but this account is for placeholding or recording her usage. She is still not entitled in with borrowing books. She can only hold up to three items in the library, and she can also use the photocopy, the computers, but she cannot take out the book outside the library or university premises. But she can access the electronic resources, especially the ebooks. So, what mechanism did we use? The system used the RESTful API, which is connected to the server of the ITS department. So we can just select what semester they are offering and we fetch it to the ITS. But this, for disclaiming purposes, this is only for a simulation. We really didn't have a connection to that server because um, we have to, we are only simulating it in our local machine. So for example, this is only a placeholder to simulate or demo. If we fetch the API, we will be able to get 20 students which is currently enrolled. No, that is the currently enrolled is 18 and the two is not. So they have the status of being not enrolled, on leave, graduated, or dropped. So the 18 is verified to be enrolled, but the 2 is again has different status. So we will just, this is just a demonstration purpose. Now, if we go to our members, we can verify, or for example, let's take our student Sophia Bautista. Let us assume that she is already a graduate student. So I will verify her account where she has already she presented her alumni card. At the same time, she is already graduated. She is not currently on the system yet because I didn't, we, she doesn't yet in the system, but supposedly she is on the system. Let's just place her on the graduate first, manually. And now she is promoted to the alumni. So when they were promoted, their account will be notified that their borrowing or their status or role will be shipped to an alumni instead of a student. So that is how the graduate status validation ends. Child compliant collection guidelines. What criteria determine the eligibility of books, reference, and ebooks based on child requirements, particularly regarding publication age, relevance, and accreditation standards? How will the system track or flag materials that no longer meet these guidelines? So we'll go to our website. We will log in using our admin account. And here we will go to our dashboard and catalog, child compliance. You can see here that we have 42 titles so far for demonstration purposes. All of them are flagged okay. But if you will see, there are some titles which is 5 years and above older, so that is not good. We only need 5 and below copyright titles. So the compliance is that every program should have at least 5 unique print titles for the course with the five or less copyright date. So when, for example, we have the Institute of Information Technology, which has a program of BS Computer Science with no major. So BS Computer Science. Then the subject area would be Computer Studies. Then minimum of 5 and 5 or less copyright date. So let's customize this demo. Run June 8, 2026. Add the requirement. Then we are now able to see that we are compliant. We have 7 titles that are compliant, and we have 3 which is either for flag, mark the flag, withdrawn, or compliant for review. So we have for review, flag, and withdrawn. So let us see those books. So those books are, let's select all flags. So if we are going to filter it by year, we can see that this is a legacy or OG title. So as much as possible, we cannot, uh, since we have a small collection, we are discouraged on disposing it. But since it's an iconic title, an OG, we can mark it for review, but it will not affect how it is being viewed by the students in the catalog. This is just for the CHED requirement for visual purposes or demonstration purposes. So this one, clean code, it's already 18 years. We can withdraw this. And for designing data, we can flag it as, uh, let's see again the requirements. And so we have decommissioned the first one. We have decommissioned this one, clean code. It's already 18 years. So this is just an example. So, but this shouldn't be decommissioned because it's an agile. For flag naman, for flag, this is non-compliant. So meaning, uh, it is still subject for withdrawal. But for now, it can stay in our catalog or shelves since we have a small collection. We are flagging it as non-compliant since it's already been 9 years. And for review, we can review this if we can if it is more than 5 years. It is already aged, but still we can still include it in our collection. It will not appear. It will does not affect its view on the catalog. It will still be available for students to borrow. So this is good when we want to know if we are able to comply, and if not, for example, this program, EB Literature, uh, they have print titles, but they don't have compliant titles. So they need 5. So there is a gap. So for example, let us try business administration, business, business administration. So we are going to business economics. Let's demo 2026. So let's see the demo 2026. So they are compliant since they have 6 titles that are they have 6 unique titles and a copyright of 5 years or less. So let's search for the 7 years. We can review this, and this one for review as well. So now when we go back, we now have 3 for review and 1 for flag, still 1 for flag, and 1 for withdrawn. So if you want to change the status of this, you just click, then save. And for now, we still have 42 titles, but the compliant uh, has lessened down to 37. But you have to reach 25 in order for you to have the uh, correct tagging of the titles. So that is it for the compliant collection guidelines. Multi-format borrowing workflow. How will the system handle simultaneous requests for both hard copy and ebook formats of the same title? Describe the reservation system, waitlist management, and automatic format suggestions when preferred formats are unavailable. So I will demo this on our website. I will try to use four uh, user accounts simultaneously borrowing one book title, and the book title has only two copies. So let's start with Mom Sophia Bautista as our student. She will navigate our uh, Continental, and we will try to borrow this book. So this has only two copies. So you are now on the first line of queue. You are now prompted that it is already been or being processed. So let's try borrowing it again. And I am reminded that this is already you have already submitted a request to borrow that book. Let us now open um, Maria Clara's account. Let us try also borrowing that book. So po on this. So I can still borrow this. So I am on the second queue. Let me try again. And I am presented with a warning. Afterwards, let us try a faculty member trying to borrow the same book. So, uh, if ever I'm taking chances, now you are on the third queue. Then, last, let us use Juan Miguel Cruz account as a student to borrow the same book. So Poon has now four taking chances. So I am the last in requesting for this book, but it has already been stated here that it's a first come first serve basis. So I will sign out and I will become the librarian, Ma'am Anna Marie Santos. In her POB, there is four requests to borrow one book, and when I approve this, the copy available changes, and take note there are no more copies left, and the approve button has been hidden or unclickable. So we can reject this, but at the same time, if the first two manage to return it on time or earlier, we can they can uh, skip on reapplying for the book or holding it or making a reservation. Instead, they will just wait. The librarian will not do anything. Instead, when the two books came on early and it was already been checked in, the system will now allow them to be the first and second to in line to borrow the book. So, for example, we Ma'am Sophia has already returned the book, same as with Maria Clara, because they have already studied it. So now, on the librarian's account, they will now be able to approve the request of the two user, and they don't have to reapply for it anymore. So when you go to their accounts, you will see that this is already in their accounts because they went to the library at the counter, presented their ID, process it, give the book to the user, and approve approve it. So this is for Ma'am Sir Dr. Gerald, and at the same time, this is for Juan Miguel Cruz. You will see that the book is on their possession or account. So it's rarely that we have a print copy, and at the same time it also has a different copy which is an ebook. So these are all uh, printed materials. If they have, for example, they have a digital copy, it is not the same as the ebook. For an ebook is something that we already have within our digital library, and it is for online previewing. For digital access, like this one, it is think of it as a placeholder. When the publisher or the provider provides a link for their own website on which the student and the teacher can access their resources through a code, this is only valuable or feasible to certain courses. And it is different from our ebook. Our ebook, you need to be signed in because it is restricted only for uh, the enrolled students. So you can see for this attacking network protocols, three users at the same time can only borrow the book. This is for 4 months issues so that they are able to access uh, or read the ebook without any hiccups or problems with the network because they are currently accessing uh, only three are only accessing this title. So for example, Sophia wants to read this and she is now currently reading it. So let us try opening this with a different account. So let's try Maria Clara and we will go to the ebook as well, restricted attacking. You can see that one of three is being used. So that is Ma'am Sophia. So let's try reading this one. So we are treated with a digital access agreement. Then let's try 2, then pick page. Then we are the second user accessing the title. Then let us try another sequence, another session for third, which is let's try Dr. Gerald Rico. So he will be the third and filling out the spots. So restricted and here we go. So this is Sophia Maria Clara, and now we will take the third spot, and now three users are now accessing the ebook attacking network protocol. So let us now try for the fourth. Let us see how the system will handle it. So let us try. Um, let us try JM. JM Cruz, 1 Miguel Cruz, and then the password. Then you will be notified that all three copies are now currently in use. So you are the fourth. So you will just have to request for queuing. So we will wait for the others to end. There are two students, so 7 days. After 7 days, you're next. The faculty is for 30 days. So probably if they finish early, you will be able to access the ebook earlier. But now you are currently number one and you will be notified when it is available to you. So that is the difference between the book, the printed book, which is here, and the ebook. There is there is a rare chance that ebook is has a digital copy for the printed book unless it has a digital access like like the clean code which was shown earlier. Clean code which is here. So this is just a placeholder in order for you to be able to differentiate digital access of a printed book and the ebooks. So you can access uh, the best of both worlds, but remember there is a limitations in the ebook which is three concurrent users only. This is for performance and server issues. This is only the capability of the server. So that is for the multi-format borrowing workflow. Dynamic borrowing policy engine. What configurable borrowing rules will support different user tiers, undergraduate, graduate, faculty, and researchers? How will the system handle variable loan periods, renewal limits, and fine calculation based on the material type demand and user history? Let us go to our catalog again and go to our admin account, dashboard, circulation, so loan policy. I think I have already discussed it on the previous videos, but it is more on configuring. This is the default loan period per role, but it can be override based on the material. So it can be overwritten by, for example, I am a student, I can borrow up to 7 days, but if it is audio visual, I can only borrow it for 1 day in periodicals and for reference materials. Then for the renewals, of course, the renewal is the same as the actual uh, period. For example, if I am a student, if I renew a book, I still have 7 days for that renewal, and there are three three maximum renewals per same loan. So how many times does a patron renew the same loan? It is 3 times, but it cannot be renewed if there are pending or queued borrowing. So for example, I am borrowing a book and I wanted to renew it, but there are other students who are lining up to borrow the book. My renewal application will be denied or it will not push me. Then for the fine, it will calculate, for example, I was not able to return it on time, then it will accumulate 5 pesos per day, and the maximum, if I will not be able to return it, is only 2,000, regardless of how many years I haven't returned the item. So let's change this to 50. And other materials are more expensive, especially if has a historical or uh, it has more value than the uh, depending on the format. So we have reservation, which is 30 days. We have the window pickup and the reminder. And for the ebooks, we just followed the loan for the printed book. So let's save our policy. There you go. So it is saved by the system admin. So let us go back and how will the system handle variable loan periods and renewal payment? I will not be able to demonstrate here. For example, if an account has, let us check if they have a fine. No one has a fine. Uh-huh. And there are only current checkouts. So we don't have any fines yet. But rest assured that if you have a fine, it will appear here. We will know who has a fine, if it is paid or paid or unpaid, and we will be able to see who settled the transaction. It is not complicated. It is rather easy to set up, and there are no fines for the ebook. If you are late in borrowing, in returning the book, the librarian will just inform you that that your session has already ended or your access to the book has already ended, and they are taking the concurrent usage and giving it to the one who has uh, applied for the queue. So if for example, Sophia Bautista forgot to return the e-book, the librarian will automatically check out this book and give it to the number one queue, uh, to the number one student who is holding the queue. So they will not charge you for holding the book or not returning it, but they will get the user or the access right. So that is all for the dynamic borrowing policy engine. It's a bit short, but uh, we have already discussed this further in the previous videos. So, thank you. Academic Status Verification System. Describe the automated integration with FEU students' information system for real-time enrollment and graduation status validation. How will the system handle alumni access, including digital library privileges for remote access to e-resource? I think we have already discussed this again in our previous videos, but to recall, we have what we call the um, ITS Patron Sync, which is we have a RESTful API connecting to the ITS network database so that uh, we are able to see and import uh, new students or students. For example, students are graduating, so we are able to know if they graduated or not, or are they returning students, or they already graduated. Their status will already be um, activated or displayed here. But they can also do manual, and we will verify it later on, as long as it is endorsed by their program department or institute. So again, that is how we validate real time and the graduation status. And on the alumni access, for example, uh, we only limit them on using our printed library materials. But in case of the ebooks, they are free to access it as long as they use their alumni account. They have registered using their alumni, and ebooks, they can, like other users, be able to um, borrow this type of books whether they are at campus or at home. So that is the answer for this module. So they can access it remotely even in their own homes. So as long as they have an account and they are verified using our ITS Fetch RESTful API. So that is on the academic status verification system. CHED compliance, collection and management. How will the system track and report on collection age, relevance, and CHED accreditation requirements? What automated alerts will notify librarians about materials approaching obsolescence or requiring review for retention? So, for that, I believe that we have already discussed in our previous videos on the CHED compliance and already explained how this works. So we will not dwell on it right now. Instead, we are going to focus on the obsolescence review. So here we will be able to see that we have 143 titles for review, and that is for the no circulation, age low demand, and no copies. Meaning for the no copies, either we have run out of the subscription or the book has lost. It was already lost. So for this, the system requires us to give a decision on whether this will be retained, withdraw, or replace. But this will not affect the database immediately, because once we have settled this, for example, this one, principles of perfect for Windows, when we mark it as to be withdrawn, it is flagged to be withdrawn. We just need to download the report. Then afterwards, the report will also be reviewed by our cataloging librarian. This is just a way to immediately know what materials are needed to be marked or flagged, such as those are not circulated or borrowed, or those who are already old and low demand, and those who are copies are titles that has no copies left. Either they're expired or lost the printed books, and for so many reasons. So we are just labeling them here immediately for able. It's still subject for review, and there are a lot of rules and procedures. There's a policy and procedure for reading. This is just a quick report on you're able to see the immediate titles. So it's a convenient tool, though we don't have the automated alerts, but we do not need it to be automated because we just need to check it from check the collection not daily but quarterly or annually. So it's not a good idea to every now and then be able to notify that this book is uh, nearing its end or it's obsolete, something like that. So this is a handy tool that the librarian and the administrator can work on and uh, see and review materials for retention. And that is for the CHED compliance and collection management. Personalized recommendation engine. How will the system provide intelligent book recommendation based on borrowing history, course enrollment, and academic program? Will it integrate with the syllabi or reading list from faculty members? With this, we take a different approach on implementing this kind of feature. For example, we will go to business, books, apply, marketing, or let's choose marketing. Marketing by Philip Cutler has 5 copies, and it is all more on introduction to marketing. So it has every title has certain subject headings that demonstrates on which uh, field or subject it belongs. So for example, if we click here, that hyperlink goes back to the catalog and displays all the titles that has the same subject, which is marketing. So that is how we try to emphasize this as a hyperlink in order for students, users, and faculty members to be able to access and see all the titles belonging to that class or same subject field. So that's one. The second is the recommendation, but this time since we have limited titles in our collection, so we will not be able to see the maximum potential of this technique or algorithm. So this time, we program it to show the parent heading of marketing, which is uh, business and economics. So there are hierarchy on the subject fields. So we are just showing the related or uh, the parent headings subject fields. So that is how we approach the intelligent book recommendation. And for this one, integrate syllabi or reading list for faculty. If we go to Dr. Gerald's account, Gerald Rico is our faculty. He can create a course intro to marketing and midterm. So once he created this, he can use to reserve books for reading and add books for the syllabus for the course. And at the same time, he can tag students under who are enrolled in his class. So enrolled, let's see, Juan Miguel, si Maria Clara, and Sophia. Then you have three students, for example. Then your book is Principles of Marketing, mhm, Marketing Management. And for this week, week 1, read chapter 1 to 2. Record reading, add the syllabus. Then let's uh, click that book for reservation, and it is for 30 days. So this is being loaned under your name. So we will add that one. Then when we go back to the reserves, you will see that this is now a reserve reading. So you can loan it for 30 days. But under the name of Dr. Gerald. And this one, you are required to read chapter 2. So that is how we approach or solve this requirement that it will be integrated with the reading list. However, in this intelligent book recommendation, we still cannot integrate it during in our uh, search bar, but nonetheless, uh, when the student searches, for example, the book on finance, economics, they will able to see uh, most of the related titles on economics. At the same time, they will be able to see the nearest title or type of resource on what they are looking for. So that is how we have solved this requirement personalized recommendation engine. Digital resource integration. How will the system provide seamless access to subscribe databases in journals and open educational resources? Describe the single sign-on implementation and off-campus access proxy. We, the library website, emphasizes it by giving it a whole page dedicated to marketing the online databases that the FEU library has paid for. So these are the leading institutional database aggregators in the Philippines and reliable under uh, academic standing like EBSCOhost, Gale, JSTOR, Enclair, ProQuest, Vital, and Science Direct. This is a newspaper aggregator, locally here, locally stationed here in the Philippines. But we are currently limited to Philippine Star uh, digital edition or e-reader. So, all of these are heavily marketed by the library because they are expensive. At the same time, the management and the administration would like to get the most out of it, especially ABSCO host is worth 1 million for 3 years. So we want the faculty and the employees and the students to use it at their heart's content, maximize the return of investment, and download what needs to be downloaded and research what needs to be searched. So all of this are proxy enabled meaning that when you are on the FEU network, either you are accessing it via LAN or Wi-Fi, it is already open, ready to be used. No need for sign-in or login credentials. And you may download the premium content as long as it is available or within the paid subscription contract. Anyway, this unfortunately the single sign-on we cannot uh, implement the single sign-on. Firstly, because we do not have the identity provider and I do not have communication or network with MSCO host itself. But the library coordinated with our IT network and it is now has a single sign-on embedded on the MS365 of students. But that is only for the MSCO host. So there's a single sign on that platform. Uh, Sadly, we do not have the authentication protocols, the server provider, and the identity provider, and we also lack of resources and time to implement it here for as of the moment. But we hope in the near future we will be able to uh, set it at the same time, purchase easy proxy so that even if the users or students and faculty members accessing these online subscriptions in their own home will be able to use easy proxy to uh, navigate all of them just like how they navigate these aggregators on the university premises. So we do not have that kind of resources and technology yet. So we are only market able to market this, provide them with the link, and share them the access credentials. So if the student has no problem accessing this inside the campus, once they visited the website, they are now have a for now it is a directory, but in the near future we will have those two single sign-on and easy proxy implementation. But for now, it is just a promotional directory. At the same time, if the student is at home and they want to log in, they may able to access it, but they have to use a login credential. And in order for to do that, they need to sign in to see the login credentials. So, so they just have to unhide the uh, they just need to unhide the login credentials. So for example, let's click on this site. Um, so let's try this one just for demonstration purposes. So here we will able to see the e-journal, the online newspaper, digital reader, same. So we are able to read Philippine Star for today. And for example, let us try um, Gale ebooks. So for the Gale ebooks, I have already logged in. So the password is here. So we may able to check the electronic books and search for what we need. At the same time, I think EBSCO host is currently down. I am trying to connect to their site earlier, but nonetheless, all of it are working. Uh, it is changed quarterly or every semester, so you just need your FAU Digital Library account to view and see what are the login credentials. At the same time, we have open educational resources to supplement what is lacking to our paid subscriptions. But we hope that all subscriptions, our paid subscriptions, will be able to uh, provide the necessary information or resource material that the students and the faculty members are looking for. And that is the honest and brutal reality for the library online databases. And we hope that we will be able to implement the single sign-on and the off-campus access proxy in the near future. Thank you. Mobile first experience. What responsive design features will ensure optimal usability on mobile devices? Will there be a dedicated mobile app with features like QR coding scanning for self-checkout, push notifications for due dates, and mobile reading? So we hope that we will be able to uh, create a mobile app for the FE library in the near future. As of now, our website is optimized for desktop viewing, but we did not compromise. We also made it mobile friendly and responsive. So we can log in, or for example, we didn't log in. We will try to look at the view of for a iPhone 14 for Pro Max. So this is what it looks like if you are using your smartphone, opening your Safari because we're using an iPhone, and this is what it looks like on the Safari or on any browser, particularly Brave because we're using the Brave browser. So this is the home page, the landing page. So let's try signing in. It is still mobile responsive as you can see. So we are still able to use it uh, easily. Then we can still browse the catalog. Usually when you're going on your phone, you want to borrow a book, you can use your smartphone, you can just go to the catalog, you can just filter it out, then ebook, then select. You're going to borrow it, you're going to the library, you can easily go here and borrow this, for example, and that's it. Then you have your pending request, then you just go to the counter, get the printed book. Or if you are going to stay at the library, you have your ebook, you have time, you want to read, you just go to the ebook section, go to the restricted, go for the computer studies, click the see how to program, then read it. Then here you go, you just have to uh, click the confirmation. Wait, let me the reader, and there you go. You can now uh, view it via your mobile phone. So you can just read it online. So that is mainly on how you will use your library website if you are going mobile. So what other? So probably those two. are the ones you are most concerned of, unless you want to or check your history, and if there is pending, or you need to return a book, or you need to check your profile if you have no outstanding balance or unreturned materials. But that is it. That is it is still mobile friendly. You can still use it using your phone, and you can network. You can still use it, and it is user friendly. But for the mobile app, we will have to wait for such features, but we have a responsive design feature, and it is usable in smartphones or mobile devices. Thank you. Accessibility and inclusive design. What accessibility features, screen reader compatibility, text to speech, adjustable contrast or zoom, will be implemented to serve users with disabilities in compliance with the accessibility standards? So let us first test our library website on the screen reader, then text to speech, then the adjust zoom and contrast. First, we will activate the narrator, which is called accessibility feature for Windows and on our website for visually impaired persons. So to activate it, just press Control Windows button, enter.
Thumbnail. Scan. Link. Exit. Minimize. Home full library. Brave window. Home full library document main landmark. Scan off.
So the narrator is telling me that I am in the FEU library page. What I did earlier, I just press the tab key repeatedly until I reach the minimize button. I did it because to save time, at the same time, to shorten the presentation. Take note, this is for the visually impaired person. So if the visually impaired person would be listening again and again until he or she has reached the minimize button. So we should be grateful that we have our eyesight, because when we are navigating our library website, as a visually impaired person, we will be relying mostly on the tab key, for this is our accessibility key in navigating our website. So let us start pressing our tab key.
Search the catalog. Edit. Search by title, author, subject, or ISBN. Cap S.
You will see that the narrator skipped the logo, the header, the sign in, register, and the nav bar, and goes directly to the search bar or of the catalog, because we designed the tab index here to be the first or the priority, because we felt that visually impaired uh, should have an ease in searching what they are looking for. So just type the title, the author, the name of the book, and you will find it immediately, whatever it is. So I am going to focus on searching for an ebook, so that the visually impaired person may be able to use the text to speech of the online viewer or PDF viewer or ebook, so that he can learn at the same time study while listening to the text to speech function. So, for example, I will search for a networking book.
N. E. T. W. O. R. K.
So, the reader is telling me what keys did I press. At the same time, you will assume, let's assume that the keyboard is a braille type keyboard, so that it is supporting us. Uh, the narrator and the braille keyboard is supporting the visually impaired person both at the same time. So let's press enter or
Catalog full library. Catalog full library has finished loading.
so it's telling me that it is already loaded the page. So I will be tabbing until I find the material type, a section. But take a look that our website has an hierarchical order on which the tab button
Link, databases. Link, ebooks.
will go all through all the elements on the DOM tree. They have their hierarchy, and the visually impaired person will check every single one of them thoroughly. But for this process, we will shorten it and go directly to the material type because that is what he or she is also looking for.
Link, all material types. Combo box, collapsed, has pop-up.
So when you heard the combo box has pop-up and can collapse, it means that it is has multiple selective items. So let's press enter.
All material types, 1 of 10, selected.
So there's an instruction that there is 10 items that you can select. So let's press the arrow down button.
Ebook, digital, 2 of 10.
So I'm already here at the ebook. So this is the one I need as a visually impaired. So I will press enter.
Ebook, digital, combo box, collapsed, has pop-up. Ebook, digital, 2 of 10, selected.
So the narrator is telling me that I have already selected the ebook digital item. Now it's time for me to go and apply this filter or refine result. So I will skip the steps and go
Title,
directly
sent,
to
apply,
the
button.
apply button.
Catalog full library. Catalog full library has finished loading.
Then I will now go directly to the card of the title, book title. So let me repeatedly press the tab button.
Link, ebook, title, sent, apply, link, remove, link, clear all.
So when I am here, so the last step we stop at the apply, and now uh it give me three filter areas. Then the next
Link, computing attacking network protocols, a hacker's guide to capture, analysis, and exploitation. James Forshaw Book 2017 Attacking Network Protocols, a hacker's guide to capture, analysis, and exploitation. James Forshaw Cybersecurity and Networking, read online.
so the narrator told me that book title twice because it has on the cover, card cover, and the description cover. So I will now skip until to the network plus, but I will go
Link,
security,
computing TIA
go back.
link, computing TIA network and guide to networks, 10th edition. Jill West, Mike Harwood, Gene Andrews Book 2022 TIA network and guide to networks, 10th edition. Jill West, Mike Harwood, Gene Andrews Networking and Certification, read online.
So I press Shift tab to go back because I went over to the security plus, but I need the network plus. So I will press enter.
TIA network and guide to networks, 10th edition ebook full library. TIA network and guide to networks, 10th edition ebook full library has finished loading.
So I will press tab again.
Link, skip to main content.
I will press enter.
Link, ebook link, library TIA network and guide to networks, 10th edition.
Correct title.
Link, Networking and Certification.
So this is the subject area, subject heading.
Link, sign in to read.
So we have 3 tab indexes that we prioritize. So I will click the sign in order for us to access the ebook.
Sign in full library document, email address, edit, jdelacruz@feu.edu.ph, required. Sign in full library has finished loading.
The narrator is telling me the placeholder and what to do and where I am, which is the sign in page. So I will just log in.
BATTTIS at symbol T at symbol FEU period EDU period PJJH. Link, forgot password. Password, edit, required. Hidden. CompTIA Network and Guide to Networks, 10th edition ebook full library. CompTIA Network and Guide to Networks, 10th edition ebook full library has finished loading.
The narrator is telling me that I should enter my email and the password is being told as hidden. It is a precautionary mechanism because if you were going to tell or broadcast the password instead of hiding it, then other people may know your password. It is better that you have a braille keyboard when doing this in public, or you have someone trustworthy to log it for you. So now we are on the title preview. Again, we are only pressing tab, enter, and down key for the accessing of our library website. Let us press again the tab key.
Link, skip to main content.
So when we're given this kind of suggestion, just press enter.
Welcome back, Sophia.
So it's telling me, Sophia, I have very successfully logged into my account because it's welcoming me. So I will press enter. Tab key again.
Breadcrumb navigation, link, ebook library.
So it's a reminder where I am right now.
Link, networking and certification.
And the subject heading.
Link, left arrow with hook continue reading, p.120.
So I have already been here as told because I have been able to read until up to 120. So let us continue by pressing enter.
Digital Access Agreement Dialog.
So
I have read and agreed to the Digital Access Agreement and the terms of RA 8293. Space. Open Reader. CompTIA Network and Guide to Networks. 10th edition full library reader. Brave window. CompTIA Network and Guide to Networks. 10th edition full library reader. Preparing reader heading level 3. At level 3, loading all pages for seamless reading. Page 817 of 817. Page 120 of 896.
So the narrator is reading what's on the background, telling what is the system is doing, the pages are being loaded so that there are no performance issues or lockups later on. So we decide that the reader should load all of the contents of the ebook so that there are no hiccups during the loading or the actual loading of the other pages. And then we will start again pressing the tab so that we will be able to reach the text to speech area, so or function. So let's start.
Page 120 of 896. Page text, region landmark. Banner, link, catalog. Reading tools toolbar, search, button, search in book, Control plus F.
So I will skip I will press the tab repeatedly until I get to the read to text function. So
Zoom out. Button. Zoom level. Zoom in. Toggle to page view. Change reading color. Full screen. Button. Keyboard shortcuts. Read aloud. Button. Collapsed. Read aloud. R.
it's telling me that it can collapse. At the same time, if you want to read, just press R. So now I will turn off the reader, the narrator, and now I will press the read uh, button.
Read aloud region. Play. Button. Read this page aloud. R.
So I haven't disabled the narrator because it's still running on the background. Let me try again.
Exiting narrator.
So it's now exited the narrator. It prompts me. Now I will try to activate the text to speech uh, function by pressing R.
Figure 2 to 47. This DNS message uses UDP at the transport layer and IP at the network layer. 5 layers of information in middle pane. 12. In your wiki, add a new page titled Applications Wireshark. Indicate the chapter and project number for this installation, the computer you used for this project.
So I press stop so that we can move on or move to the next. As you can see, the reader, the text to speech or the read aloud function is working perfectly. But you may see that it will not go down, that we are visually impaired, so we are only listening, so it doesn't matter. So when we're done, we'll just activate the narrator back so that it will help us go back to the catalog or the library website or close the whole browser and sign out if we're done. So we just use the narrator to uh, get to the read aloud or the text to speech. At the same time, when we're done, we're going to activate it again and close either the browser or the tab or the computer itself. So that is the screen reader compatibility and text to speech compatibility. Let us and for the adjustable contrast or zoom, we added, if you're not visually impaired, you will appreciate this. There are three. This is warm, this is the dark mode, and this is the light mode. So that is the uh, contrast. Contrast. Then let's check the zoom. For the zoom, if you are have a hearing disability, be uh, this will be good and useful to you. You may um, read it, two page, one page, zoom, with page, zoom in, zoom out, and there you go. So you can, let's go for one page, zoom out, so I can, it's like you're reading a PDF viewer at the same time with additional functionalities. So when you're done, you scroll here, you'll be able to read it if you have only hearing disability, and that's it. I think uh, we have proven that the library website is screen uh, has a screen reader compatibility, thanks to its tab index implementation and the adjustable contrast and zoom and the text to speech. So that is all for this section. Thank you. Analytics and reporting dashboard. What analytics tool will track usage pattern, peak demand periods, popular subjects, and collection gaps? How will this data inform collection development and resource allocation decisions? So let us start by logging in with our admin account, going to our dashboard, reports tab, reports analytics. So here in our dashboard, especially in our reports and analytics, we are able to see the overall view of our current collection. This is more on the print materials. We have a separate ebook analytics. This is for ebooks only. For this one, this is all for the printed materials. So you will be able to see the overview, the borrowing. These are all based on the frequently asked questions of accreditors during accreditation. So we put it here so that as a librarian can also have this dashboard. So let's try Ma'am Ana Marie Santos. She also has, or all librarians has this functionality or dashboard. So they refer to it so that they'll be able to answer it immediately. So most borrowed, active, demand, number of titles, and number of loans or circulation, visa fine summary, the total, composition of our community, and the peak activity of our per day of the week. So yesterday, we are active at 2 p.m. So we also have the gap analysis, which demand versus holding. So we have 19 versus 3 loans, but this is for the demonstration purposes. So we are only demonstrating or presenting that we have the tools, the available charts, to for you to be able to see the your collections health. And we see we also have 24 here, but zero because we are only testing it. But if this is already simulated or running in a large university library, then we will be able to see the hot and cold subject headings. So the efficiency, so for the faculty it's 30, they're combined now it's 30 in the average, but uh, for the user, average user it's only 7 days. So we will have to divide this in order to have a uh, to be able to see how long our students are renting or circulating the book. For this is the average queue time. This will also be uh, prevalent when we have a large number of users and there is actual demand for one book and there is a queue or multiple queues for that uh, book. Sadly, we don't have data for it because on our demonstration purpose, we didn't mature the waiting line for 1 day. So now we have one overdue, which is same account, but let's ignore it for now. And we can schedule this into our email. It's already in uh, a CSV format, and you can just check the frequency. You can also download the CSV here. Okay. Then for the ebook, we don't have CSV here yet, so we will later improve this. But you can see we also have an overview of how the ebook are being used. So this was yesterday as well, and we are only going back and forth into four titles. Now this is how the sessions end. The web page is closed. We have no idea how it closed. The user close or click the back catalog button. And inactivity for 5 minutes closes or automatically closes the session. And we have 20 books which has a current session. And yesterday I was testing for concurrent users. So I was juggling multiple accounts, borrowing or reading an ebook. So that's why there are multiple sessions. And here our frequent customers. There's only three of them, and the performance for each ebook. So there are only tests, but if we have a large data and users, this will significantly go up and the numbers will be huge. And at the same time, this will be relevant in presenting that the ebook is more effective than the print nonetheless. But for disclaimer that this usage on accreditation uh, matters because if the collection has five unique but it is not being borrowed or there is a low circulation on the course, uh, the accreditor will be giving a suggestion that the library should market the collection and the user should be using the library materials. But nonetheless, uh, we in the library will do our best to get the users to be informed of what they have and they are free to borrow the resources anytime. So that is our report and analytics. So we have the tools, we just need the data. And that is all for the analytics and reporting dashboard. Social and collaborative features. Will the system include study group reservations, peer reading lists, book discussion forums, or annotation sharing capabilities for academic collaboration? So, let us start. Let us go to our website and I want you to go to the community page. And now we are in the social hub page. This is where students, even faculty members, can share their reading lists, discuss books, and connect with fellow Tamarals. So if you're a fellow bookworm, you are not alone. Be happy. Next, reading challenges. Reading challenges are part of the gamification feature of the FEU library website. This is a new feature and there is a separate video for this one. So we will dive deeper on that video, on the latter videos for this one. So we will just skip this first. Then next is the community reading list. This is more like sharing your interests, sharing your expressing yourself. For example, you like a series or novel and you're listing the books or the titles. Then you're sharing it to the world, giving feedback, giving description. Or uh, you have a course before that is very hard and most of you didn't pass and you pass. Now you're sharing your materials so that others may pass who will take the course. So that's one way of expressing yourself, helping the community, or simply you just want others to see that you have the same interest or the same genre. But now currently we are only allowing ebooks and printed books for the reading list. Then, recent discussions. So, on printed books, in order for the community to be engaged, we allowed a discussion forum below the title preview. So, when you're going to borrow this and you encounter or reach the bottom, you will see that there are discussions, faculty, librarian, student, giving opinions, asking questions. You may pose yourself a question or a side of your thought about the book. At the same time, you may also answer or discuss or be in a debate, but um, always be in moderation. Be polite, respectful at all times. Do not curse. You will be banned, deactivated, reprimanded, and will be sent to the guidance for counseling. At the same time, um, this is being moderated by our system admin and the librarians. So be careful, always be professional. So let us now sign in order to fully explore these functions. So I'm going to use the Maria Clara account. She is a student. So for my reading list, um, no reading list yet. So she will be so the uh first way of adding a reading list is going to the book and clicking the reading list, or you can go to the community directly, go to the shared list. So for example, I will just edit this one. Hacker must have books you can read if you want to be a hacker. So I will set it to public. I will add, so this one, for example, why do you recommend this book? Uh, Easy to understand. So it's there. Then the second one, you you need network basics. So for example, just two, let's just add two, let's saving. So let's check my list, the community. There you go. So that is my um these are ebooks. So um you are sharing them the resources that they must learn first before being a hacker. So that's one. And then let's go to the discussions. So let us share our thoughts here. Uh-huh. Let us uh, let us tell them yes. I agree. I agree. Demo. Then reply. There you go. Or I can post a test demo comment. Post. There you go. So this is the discussion. Another feature that we have is having for annotations. So for example, this one, uh-huh. So for example, page 1, 2, 3, highlight uh, my brother. Mhm. Then uh, he's not. So I'll make it public for others to see. So it's just an example, but you get it's more of having annotations on the book and letting other people see your annotation so that they will also get insights on your perspective. So like this one, the people do not complain because they have no voice. Keynote, Rizal's central argument about colonial silencing. So, whoa. Anyway, so we almost covered the peer reading list, book discussion forums, annotation sharing, and the last one is the study group reservation. So for that one, you just need to go to book a room or home, book a room here. There's a link here as well. So here you can make a booking. So uh, the color, you will see that the color is green as long as it's green, but if it's not, it is occupied. So you can just book, for example, the Mabini um, tomorrow. Okay, order it later. I can book later for 2 hours. Party size 4. Because the cap size is 4. Um, demo and confirm booking. So it is for the approval of the librarian. So if the librarian approves or disapproves, we will get a notification. So there is a room details. So we book for the Mabini conference room. So the Mabini conference is a quiet individual pair adjacent to the reference lock. But it has the capacity of 4. So it's the maximum of 4 students. So let us check on the POB of the librarian. So let's go for Ma'am Ana Marie Santos. Let us check the dashboard. Spaces. So Maria Clara is requesting for the Mabini reference room. Let us check. What time is it? 8 to 10. 8 to 10? It's already, what's the time? It's already 11. But let's assume, let's cancel it because it's already uh, past the hour. So cancel this booking. So we canceled it, and that is it. I think we need to add a note for that when we cancel it, for the student to know why we canceled their booking. So that is it for the social and collaborative feature. And thank you. This is a research repository integration. How will the system integrate with FEU's institutional repository for thesis or dissertation, submission, preservation, and access management? So if we go to our FEU digital library, we will sign in using a faculty account. Let us assume Dr. Gerald Zico is a department program head in the Computer Science Institute. So we are giving the program heads a feature called Submit a Thesis, wherein instead of having someone send the materials to the library or them personally sending the one print copy hardbound thesis of their graduate students, or the soft copy, which is stored either in USB or disk drive. So here we are giving them the option of not going to the library anymore and uploading the soft copy of their graduate students' thesis. because currently the Academic Services Department, the parent organization of the library services, wants that the institutional repository to go full digital. So we are not accepting the print hardbound copy of their thesis anymore. It's all uh, if the student or member of the FEU community wants to read the thesis works, they will have to go online. So now let us demonstrate, quick demonstrate on filling out this form, online form. So for example, demo title. The author is Sofia Bautista. Then she will graduate this year and computer science, demo abstract, networking, programming. So this is a certain, for example, her paper or thesis got selected and published into an international journal. So there are licenses and restrictions in publishing it openly, especially into the FEO community. So there will be a date or time limit for that. So you just have to add when will this be available. But if it is readily available, leave it blank. So we will add a placeholder here, for example. So for example, this is the thesis. So that's just a placeholder and a notice before submitting, and let us submit. There you go. So it is submitted for review and working 5 days. So let us now switch to the librarian's account. So going to Miss Ma'am Ana Marie Santos, our librarian. So Ma'am Ana will receive a notification here telling us that this is for approval and this is the file. So there you go. So let us, we can skip this or leave it empty. So let's approve that. It's approved. It's now on FU only access. So let us try cataloging it. So it is now cataloged. So let us add an image. For example, this one, just for example. Then we will add a copy so that they will know. For example, this is 01 for print. So one copy. Then another copy for the e-thesis 01. Then let us add a copy. So there you go. We have one print copy and one e-title copy. So save. So and then let's go back to the home. Search the title, demo title by Sophia Bautista. There you go. It has two copies. I will remove. I will remove first the. Since I have made a mistake, I will remove the print copy. Let's check. There you go. One copy of one, and here is the copy. The read online. So when you read it online, it is here. When you go back and download, there you go. So this is on the FEU community access. So you just need to sign in. For example, Let us check the author if she can see it. Demo title. So that is my work. I can see it, but if I log out, demo title, you need to sign in to access the digital file. So that is how the thesis and research repository integration of our FEU digital library. Automated resource scheduling. How will the system manage booking for study rooms, equipment, laptop, tablets, specialized resources, scanners, multimedia stations? On our digital library, I think we have already covered this. So on booking a room, you need to sign in. So let's log in using JM Juan Miguel Cruz, our student. So we need to book for today. So there are plenty of rooms. So let us look for the Del Pilar. Del Pilar is for thesis consultation. It has whiteboard and airport. So let us book for 2 hours thesis. Then we are for three. No, we are only two. One drop. So let us confirm. It is 1 p.m. So it's already booking. Confirm. Now we have the pending booking. So let's go to the POB of the librarian, Ma'am Ana Marie Santos. Let's check dashboard, then spaces and events, study room. Um, Here, there pillar Juan Miguel, 1 at 30, two people, four theses. Let us approve. Now, once approved, um, they will check if one will uh, check in. If they will be available, you press the check in. If not, click the no show and this will appear. So it's all documented and it is going to the it's going to our list for statistical purposes. And again, we can manage rooms for this. We can edit the ones. We can also disable the ones. For example, this one, we can disable this. In order, for example, there is a renovation or there is an improvement on that room or area. So that is for the study rooms. On uh, the equipment is also here at the catalog. So the students can borrow it depending on the availability of the material. Most of them, usually the iPad and the laptop, are borrowed within. They cannot be taken out unless uh, they request it beforehand. Also, the projector. All of this are supposed to be returned within the day so that we will be able to check the condition of the electronic device. So here it is a same day return. So you just need to I think this should be on the other equipment page. So we will create a new tab for this and not combine this on the printed material or the collection. So it will be better for the students to be aware that we also have this service. But to be honest, in our current setup, we are not lending any iPad or any electric equipment. There is a department or section in other areas where they were uh, handling the sound equipment. It's like a multimedia services unit, but they don't also give out iPads or laptop or projector. Mic, speaker, then I think the projector, they are the ones who are maintaining it, but they are not lending it. So that's it. Probably in the near future, we will be able to also lend this equipment, but for now, we don't have this kind of service. As well as for scanners and multimedia stations. Unfortunately, we don't have one, and that is why I don't know how to uh, uh, handle or implement this on our uh, library, digital library. So that is it for the automated resource scheduling. Gamification and engagement elements. Will the system include reading challenges, achievement badges, or incentive programs to encourage library usage and timely returns? Let's go to our digital library. Let us sign in using the Maria Clara Reyes account. She is a student. So let's enter the gamification area. So on the My Achievements, it is here that the student uh, earn stats and badges on which they can ultimately ask for a conversion for a reward at the end of the academic year. So, for example, if the 12 badges are earned, this has a corresponding reward. At the same time, uh, stats that are, if you have a stats or books, you have books that are more than other competitors or students, you will also be rewarded based on your stats. So the highest achiever, highest ranker will get a reward. So this is a 8 login. She was logged in for 8 straight days. So the longest was 12. So that's her personal best. So every day she was logged in, she was active. She is borrowing books or reading ebooks or listening to the ebook, and that is how she is maximizing the use of the digital library. So here there are challenges for the badge. You have to read 100 books in order to earn the Centurion Reader badge. So each badge has a corresponding reward because it also has a different tiers of reward. Platinum being the highest, next is gold, silver, and bronze. So once you earn that all the badges, you will also get a reward. So there is nothing that could stop you from earning those rewards. It should be compelling, at the same time encouraging. You will be rewarded for your efforts of learning and engaging in our community. So, for example, the challenges on the community page, you just have to complete this and you will be given a reward. Rewards goes from merchandise, FEU merchandise, uh, gift checks, and other prizes. So, we will post all of the rewards at the end of or at the quarterly so that they may target a reward for their own personal gain. So we were still developing that page. So soon we will upload that one. So um, will it entice the encourage of library use? Yes. On the timely returns, of course, because if you have a record of not returning the books immediately, you will be, first of all, you will be um, paying the outstanding fine. At the same time, it is accumulating day by day if you didn't pay for it. At the same time, we will probably add a negative debuffer if you have library impediments or you have books that are not yet returned on time. So that is one way of timely returns, encouraging timely returns for students. But nonetheless, with our gamification implemented here, we are encouraging bookworms and non-bookworms to use the digital library for the rewards as well as earning stats and badges and completing challenges. They are rewarded based on the effort they will give in using the digital library. So that is all for the gamification and engagement elements. Sustainability features. How will the system promote digital alternatives to reduce paper usage? What reporting features will track the environmental impact of digital versus physical borrowing? In our layout of the digital library, as you can see, we are already highlighting and promoting the second to the print resources, which is the databases and the ebooks collection. So here we are emphasizing that if you cannot find the print material resource, you can check the database, and if not, you can go for the ebooks. So there's a hierarchy in searching. Though we are not yet prioritizing the ebooks, but we want first the students to be familiar with our print, then gradually moving to the digital since they have a days where they are currently learning asynchronous classes or conducting asynchronous classes. So they may prompt on using the databases page and the ebooks page if they cannot check or borrow from the printed resources. So in the meantime, we are also going to advertise audiovisual and e-resource so that the students will know that aside from the print, we can have databases for resource uh, to research. We can use this one. They are paid. Then this one, we can now access the book online, listen, and read it online as well. And other non-print materials will also be advertised and they will have their own navigation bar at the top as a promotion and as a marketing strategy. So also we can also have a hero landing or jumbotron here for the ebooks, especially if we have a new collection or new arrivals for the ebooks or on the databases or other non-print materials such as the audiovisual and e-resources. So that is how the system or the digital library will promote the digital resources over the print. And also, if we go to our admin account, we have in our dashboard a sustainability or environmental impact page wherein we are tracking the usage of the print to the non-print. And as you can see, uh, there is a computation that we only copied. We copied this code in Stack Overflow. So we copied this and we just implemented it here. So it's a computation of how carbon dioxide is being saved if there are less trees that are cut to be used in producing printed books. Printed books will not go. It is still relevant. But now we are now on the digital age of promoting it extensively so that we are able to save our environment. At the same time, it's uh, for the convenience of our users. At the same time, we are also investing a lot for the non-print resources. So it's important that we have this metric that we can show to our uh, parent organization or uh, middle managers so that they will also approve our requests on purchasing more databases, ebooks, and other non-print materials. That is why we need this and include this in our report. So that is how uh, we track the environmental impact for the digital versus the physical borrowing. So that is all for the sustainability features. Thank you. Disaster recovery and business continuity. What backup system ensures 24/7 access to digital resources during emergencies? And how will the system support remote learning scenarios? So let us go to our library digital library. I log in using our admin account, go to our dashboard, then run maintenance. It is also available here. And now we are presented with the maintenance and recovery page. So here we have 5 functions. First is the full database dump, schema export, emergency CSV reports. This is the lifeline for the librarians. Nightly task runner or the run maintenance task. The maintenance mode, and it has a life cycle history for the maintenance mode and for the backup history. We have the full and schema log. So this is available at the audit log. This is for the quick view of the system admin, type, size, status, duration, and trigger. You'll notice that the duration is a bit fast because we only have a small sample data. But nonetheless, as time passes and more users are registered in our system, more services we offer, this will eventually grow larger. So here, this is a data database schema with a database with data. So books, members, loans, fines, reservations. So it is back up every day at 2 a.m. So this is being imported to our backup server. So two separate locations, one for the main server, one for the backup server. This is on the SQL file, so you will notice we will have it downloaded and it is a 300 MB. So here, when I open my notepad, you'll see that it is just a schema with data as well. So here you go. While the other one, schema export, is much more of a just the database structure. So just tables and statements, indexes, foreign keys, no data whatsoever. So this is good for storing working schema, and this is also being stored in the backup server. If we generate it, you'll see it's a very bit small in size. So this is always larger, but this has uh, much more lesser retention than the schema. And nonetheless, these are being automated to run automatically daily and weekly. So preferably Sunday. And this is on the uh, 2 a.m. So it's already early morning. So there's no one using the system. So this is for the librarians during outages and power failure, when also the system is partially unavailable, when there are bugs, or the one hosting it is unstable. So we are the librarians will go here, especially in the circulation section, wherein their transactions involve lending uh, library materials, especially books, printed books. So here they can just download this and save this as a CSV. Then now they can just open it, and here they will just adjust the data, and the transaction continues even without the full-blown digital library. So they can transact here unless there is no power and they cannot use the computer and the Excel. They can still perform manual transactions. Every library material has a book card, respective book card. So if it's a book, printed book, it is at the back of every book. So if it is a digital material, it is on the counter and not on the physical item. So it depends. So the thing is, they will just sign the fields and write the number of the borrower, and they will comply by verifying their identification, either by certificate of registration or ID. And afterwards, they can click it here, so they'll be able to know who is enrolled. So this is very helpful to the librarians, especially in their transaction. So online, offline, uh, the services of the library doesn't stop even if there is a power outage, unless there is a calamity or catastrophe that is happening outside. Then that is when the operation ceases. So this is more on uh, the system finishing the task on a time-based calculation. So for example, the system is tallying the number of days I have not yet returned the book. So for example, I had 7 days. It's already 7 days since I returned the book, or I have not yet returned the book. And my penalty should be, when I run this, this will run or calculate my total fine. So it will uh, calculate the unfinished or time-based calculations. So for example, find a corral that is one and these other items, they're all calculated immediately and they can be run anytime because they are idempotent. So this is the maintenance mode. So if we demo this one, let us try today at 11:02 p.m. So let us enable that. So I will sign out. So you will see the system maintenance of our system. So we will have to wait until 11:02 to go back, but we can log in as an admin. So there you go. Uh, you are notified that the maintenance there is an ongoing maintenance mode, but we can still um, configure and test the page or the library website. And what else? So here we can disable it. We can once we're done, we can disable it earlier or nonetheless change the or update or extend the time for the maintenance. But this is usually on the weekends where there are no classes for the students for not to disrupt students uh, learning hours. So there's is uh, a maintenance that should be on less traffic hours. So that is it for our backup and recovery, maintenance and recovery. So the next is how will the system support remote learning scenarios? So for example, there are no classes, uh, there is a suspension or there is a asynchronous class, so they are not required to go to the campus, and all learnings are remote. So for example, as a student, and let's try um let's try the okay. So for example, this one. Let's check. Not yet. Um, so here we will sign in using JM Cruise account. So as a student, Juan Miguel Cruz will check the the databases. This will him or her help him in his researches. So he has a lot of options. So he can use the online databases. So that's one that the system will support remote learning. The third is the ebooks. This will help Juan Miguel Cruz student to learn more on what is this? Attacking network protocols. So this is a way for the system to support the students in learning online. So they have the material right in their browser or screen. Another is let's go back. There are other materials such as uh, audiovisual and e-resources, but they will be having their own respective tab here so that they are easily accessible and promoted. So as you can see here, this is no longer viable because these are just printed materials. So we cannot use this. This is just catalog. And here, these two will become the pillar in providing or helping our faculty members and students to research, study. At the same time, they can learn and read. And if they had, we have features like
Registered.
um, this has a read aloud function. So, for example, 100. So let us play.
76 Chapter 4, OSI, Model, it is useful only when you're on a local network,
Mhm.
ARP can't be used to perform a remote scan over the internet.
So you want, if you want someone reading it for you, it is possible. So if you want the other viewing color, you can change it. So there are a lot of options, but for now we have bases, online databases, and electronic books in supporting our um, the students and faculty members. Though we still haven't had the thesis, uh, the thesis should be here. They should be available here as well. This can be available if it has a digital copy, but nonetheless, it will have. So those are the materials that you can look forward in to using in your own cozy home and remotely learn online using our digital library. So that is all for the disaster recovery and business continuity.